Actually, oh, I need something for my hair.
Do you? What's your
Yeah, look,
problem with
it's
your hair?
desperate. Look at the state of it. I mean, it's
Do
so
you
dry,
dye it
but I
though?
haven't had it cut, and when I have it colored, it just goes dry as hell. So I need
I
to.
shall
Well,
bring you a
Yeah,
gift when I
yeah,
come next week.
great,
yeah.
lovely.
You need to put some oils in it. I know you think because your
Yeah,
hair's, Caucasian hair, but
yeah,
especially in this weather, it dries it
That,
out. And if you put
that's
dye
the
in it,
gift.
that's going to dry it out
Yeah,
straight away as
it
well.
is. That's the
And
gift I've got for her next
you
week.
know, some hair
mm,
oils. Yeah, it's all good
excellent.
stuff. But you need to put it in. And a lot of Caucasian people don't think they should because it makes it greasy and all, but it doesn't because your hair will suck it up and it will
Yeah,
love you for it.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah.
will.
take her gift. You'll enjoy it because her hair looks great. It's looking good.
Thank you, thank you.
Right, so I'm trying to see where are you? Right, I know where you are, Debbie, but make you a host. I have already got it on record, so hopefully the recording stays on. Um, yes, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. Has it been a good day for you too?
It has. I've
Yeah,
got lots
yeah.
done. Things that you've got that to-do list that you never want to do. So I've knocked quite a lot off of my to-do list. So I'm very happy.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's good to hear. And did you have a pleasant evening last night, darling?
I had a wonderful evening last night. Absolutely glorious. Yeah. Thank you. Well, that's why I'm smiling.
I know, so I said, so I gave you that knowing look.
I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to be nosy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep quiet and say, I hope you had it. I'm glad you had a good time.
Thank you. Thanks, Karen.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
Well, there's not.
Hello.
Right. So we've got Christiana coming in. Uh,
Evening, everyone.
she's lovely.
Some emails on.
Just wait for her. So whilst we're waiting, and just I'm not going to go through everybody, but I mean, Karen, have you had a chance to go through any of the checklists at all and have a bit of reflection?
Yes, I had a look at all of them yesterday because I finally clicked on the right thing and you had all of them sitting in. I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't find all of them. Technology is not my forte. Sometimes my brain just goes dead. So yes, I did have a look, and there's some things that I want to sort of take time to fill out and sort of guide myself along the
Hmm.
way. But yeah,
Hmm.
everything there is kind of is on the right track for me.
Hmm.
It's helping me along the way. So I'm
Yeah.
going to take my time over the weekend, sit in the garden. I don't drink, so I'm going to have a glass of fizzy water
Hmm.
and try not to kill myself in the sun and go through them.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, it's a really good checklist. It gives you a bit of guidance as
yeah,
to
that's
what to
right.
think
Yeah.
about. And yeah, it's working for me. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing so far.
Good. That's good. Good. So, and just quickly with yourself, Christiana.
Oh, I'm very close to the charging port now. Yes, I had missed the last 2 days
Yeah.
and I tried to catch up through YouTube. But in terms of the times I had visited, I'd found the information you provided quite helpful in helping me take stock and kind of reflect on my approach to my ways of working and giving me ideas in terms of responding instead of reacting, and taking stock of what's happening around me that might be influencing or causing pressures for me,
Mhm.
including my need for perfection. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to today to see how that all kind of comes together and
Uh-huh.
consolidates.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Excellent. I'm glad that you noticed that. It's the awareness is the first step to everything. So a bit of reflection and the perfectionism thing is such a common theme with so many individuals that I speak to, particularly ones that are very focused and high like very
High
um
functioning.
You're high functioning, high achieving, and all those kind of things because they want everything to be at perfection. And the reality is that's not so.
Imagine going on holiday with that kind of person.
Yeah, exactly. So, right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump straight into, I don't know what I've just done. Oh, just go back to where I was. Right. And we're on day 5. It seems hard to believe that we're on day 5 already. Doesn't time fly? It just goes so quickly.
Really, no matter what, I've got to leave at 5:30, just so you know.
Yeah,
So
okay. Well, cannot give back the host to me, otherwise you'll shut down the session.
how do I do that? How do I do that? I can leave it on. I can just leave it running.
Oh, right, okay. No, okay.
Yeah,
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 okay.
yeah,
So suddenly we all disappear.
yeah. No, I'm gonna leave it on because I came home to do this. And now and then I've got to go back and pick up
Yeah, you're
Freya.
little. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as long as you leave it on, that's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so just undo that and go straight into there. Right. Unhide. So hopefully I can get this shared to you all. I accidentally closed it, so I lost my position of where it was that I wanted to be focusing on. So, right, give me a thumbs up if you can all see that, please. And
No.
excellent. And I need to be able to see you as well. Right, okay then. So, as I say, we've done quite a journey this week. It seems hard to believe that we're already at this point. And obviously one of the key areas that we focused on right at the beginning was how to reset, and that was essentially being able to identify, those things that cause us to be on autopilot and potentially holding us back, and equally about us, really running on stress and adrenaline because we're in that doing approach. The other one, which is obviously closely associated, is about re-energize and creating sustainable habits that helps us to show up as a leader with so much more vitality and energy, which means that we can perform at our optimal level. And that's in every area of our lives. And particularly for some of us that are entering in those ages where we're perimenopause, where it has even more of an impact on us because it can affect us in so many ways, but it shouldn't need to impact us if we're doing the right things. And then, of course, it was about reflecting deeply around introspection, looking within ourselves and trying to understand some of the beliefs that we've got that may be preventing us from moving forwards. And then, of course, last night was all about rediscovering our purpose and being able to reconnect with your authentic voice and vision, and making sure that whatever you're doing, it's all connected. Your purpose, your values, your beliefs, they're all aligned, because when they're in balance, both personally and professional, that means that we are living a much healthier lifestyle. And today is all about being able to rise. It's about taking intentional action and being able to help us to move forwards. Now, the question is that why does rise matter? When leaders don't implement the insights that they've seen, then it means that they won't achieve the results that they get. And when people do take action, 70% of them will start elevating in their career. The other side of it is it also means that, when applied learning increases, it will increase our effectiveness by 5 times. So it's just that have that multiplying effect. And not only will it have an impact from that perspective in our work career, it will also have a positive impact in our personal career as well, personal lives as well. And then leaders that declare intentions, they're more likely to follow through. So they've got that. It's almost like that commitment effect. Like 85% will get the results that they need when they have that commitment and they declare it. One of the things I quite often say, whenever someone has made a commitment for actions that they're going to take, no matter whether it's, with them, like each day, that they're going to say, right, I'm going to be doing journaling each day, or I'm going to be, I want to shed some weight, reduce my weight. I want to go down to a size, whatever that may be, or I want to do a specific thing. When you declare it openly, you're more likely to take action and deliver it by actually saying it to everybody else, because it's out in the elements now. You've told everybody. So, and as an example of that, I did 100 press up a day challenge for cancer research, and I shared it with everybody that I was doing it, because it then helped me to make sure that I committed to that activity every single day. And when I didn't do it on a specific day, I made sure that I added it on to other days to top it up, to make sure I completed it. Call me crazy, but I did do it, and I was really proud of myself. I did it for 30 days, so but I committed to it. So, what is the Rise and Thrive roadmap? So the Rise and Thrive roadmap is essentially, it's about reclaiming your voice and your energy. And by reclaiming it, you're reclaiming it as a leader. You're showing up as the person that you want to be, and you're also starting to live that role that you want to be, and just being authentic with yourself. The other thing is that the next key step is initiate, and that's the first step, where you're taking commitment. And I mean, at the moment, with what you're doing right now, is your first step to committing to take action with it, so you can start making the improvements that you need to make. But it's also about, making sure that you're clear about taking that action, and you've got a clear plan about how to achieve that. The third key step is, who is it that you need to have to help you to stay aligned and accountable with that? Now, sometimes that can be with a mentor within your organization. It might be that you've got a friend that you want them to hold you account to something, or when you're in a community like this, you might do it where you have accountability buddies, or you're stating within our community, I am going to be doing this by this date and making this happen, and the others holding you account to make sure that you follow up on those activities. Or you have a coach or a trainer, someone that is going to help you and support you through that journey and help you to stay on track and aligned with what it is that you need to do. And then empower is, again, is who benefits from that when you rise. Now, I know Debbie knows, but I work for a company called R1. I'm an independent consultant for them. And one of the beautiful things I like about being a part of their team is that everybody in the organisation is helping to lift each other up. It's not about the individual. Quite often when we're in corporate environments, or whether it's in a bank, a shop, wherever it may be, you've got someone that sits up at the top, and they're sitting at the top and they're pushing you down because they don't want you to go past them and elevate it. But this is about how you can help the individuals around you to help them rise, and how you can rise by the help and support that you get from others. Or it could be in your community. What ripple effect are you going to create? I think you was talking about this, Karen, last night, is that, your purpose, when you was trying to think about it, was you was thinking from a global perspective about what impact you can make. But yeah, what you're doing right now, you're doing stuff within your community and your sphere, where you're creating a ripple effect within your community. and it has that knock-on effect. And I'll give you a simple example of this is that, you know, when you walk down the street, if you smile at someone, then in most cases, if you don't know someone, they might actually think you're slightly strange because in some areas that's not the norm. But in many cases, they smile back. And that means that the next person that they see, they smile back, or, you know, they do smile with their family. It's that ripple effect. So what are you going to do that's going to empower somebody else to help them to rise as well as you? So it benefits everybody. So I'm going to move on, revisit what was discussing last night, and then I'm going to share with you the activity for tonight. But before I go any further, I would just like to find out from any of you, have you got any questions about this roadmap that I've just shared with you? Or any thoughts or observations? I can't see anything in the chat. Is there anything in the chat at all?
No, there's nothing in the chat.
Right, okay. Hopefully it was all clear then. All right. So one of the things that I was talking about last night is, you know, really about, you know, what steps that people may want to do to actually move forwards and, you know, may want to take this further, uh, you know, so they can help them to actually implement the strategies that I've been sharing with you, and also a much deeper dive in the full Freedom Transformation Formula program. And what I'm going to do with you is just show to you that I said the three options last night, and there are others between, but this is really giving you a breakdown between three key areas that helps to give you a bit of clarity on it. And the Thrive Beyond Boundaries Inner Circle community, which is partly what you're already in the WhatsApp chat, but there's also the community that's online where all of the training material and the masterclasses are stored and shared, so you can utilize those at any time. And that will be anything that's been shared right up to this point is available, and obviously ongoing in the future. So that's access to the Thrive Beyond Boundaries community. There's monthly master classes and coaching that takes place, and that's on a group session bi-weekly, and we do focused areas that will discuss different topics and take a deeper dive into some of the steps within the training material with the Freedom Transformation Formula. And then, of course, there's the peer support and accountability. And then they also get access to the resource vault, which is where the training materials are all stored. And that includes things like checklists and training material and videos and those kind of things. There's also exclusive access to an in-person dinner and also networking events. So you would get visibility and access to those. And the next one we're aiming to plan is quite soon. I think it's in the next 2 months, and it's an exclusive location in London. If anybody is able to attend it, that would be really fantastic. So, and then there's also access to the Thrive Beyond Boundaries WhatsApp group that you're already in, where you can also share any questions, wins, and also the opportunity to do some accountability with some of your peers, and just share some of your challenges too. So, and that whole inner circle community is available for £29.99 per month. And that also means for the first month, they also get that free of charge for 30 days, and there's no risk to that. And or you can also do a one-off payment of 300 as a one-off payment, and that means that you'll be paying for effectively 10 months rather than the full 12 months. And then the second option is the Thrive Beyond Boundaries Career Accelerator, which is the 90-day program, which is a deeper dive. You'll get everything that's included in the Thrive Beyond Boundaries community, but you'll also get it says one-to-one private coaching sessions, but it's actually group sessions that you'll get that will take place on a bi-weekly basis. And you'll also get access, as I say, the 30-day trial that takes place there. And that means that with that, you'll also get a career positioning strategy call. So it's like a one-to-one session to find out what your specific needs and requirements are, so you can make sure that you're focusing them in line and conjunction with the training material that I would provide, so along with the online training that's available. That is a deposit of 600, and then there's 3 monthly payments of 800 for that, or a one-off payment of 2750. And then the full 12-month program that our lovely Claire is on is access to everything that I've already spoken about. But in this case, it's one-to-one coaching sessions that you get. There's also quarterly strategy intensives. And at the end of the program, you get the opportunity to have a whole day with a stylist that helps you to match your colours and make suggestions of what would be best suited for you, plus professional headshots, so you can use them for visibility. And there's also personal brand and visibility development as well. So it helps you to demonstrate where you can actually showcase yourself and promote yourself, and exclusive access to a 3-day retreat, plus one emotional freedom technique session, which is all about tapping on your meridians. And as I've already said, is that you still get access to the 30-day free trial. And with that one, it is a deposit of 1000 and for 12 monthly payments of 1500, or a one-off payment of 16500. And obviously I've already gone through some of the areas on that, but as I've demonstrated to you, we've got option 1 that is available. If you want to join us right now, free of charge for 30 days, and you just trial it out and test it, you can click on the QR, scan the QR code, and we can share that with you. Or it's in our WhatsApp group as well. And the second one, with the Thrive Beyond Boundaries 90-day Career Accelerator, as I've already got and walked through with you. With that one, and also the option 3 12-month program, what I will share with you is a QR code and also a Calendly. So if you want to have a chat, no expectations, just to have a chat where you're at right now and whether you would like to consider the options, then we can just have a call together, and just a strategy call, okay? So as I've already mentioned, here's the QR code for the inner circle. You don't lose out for 30 days. So you've got 30 days that you can stay within the group. And if you don't want to stay, you can leave at the end of the 30 days. And I'm happy to share that with you. Okay, so what is the activity for tonight, which I will be sharing with you the activity sheet at the end of this session, and also within the chat and via email, so you've still got access to those. So where do we start? Step 1 is the starting point of your activity tonight is to be able to choose one bold action. So select one bold, meaningful step aligned with your rediscover your purpose roadmap that you did last night. So when you do walk through that, if you haven't had time, because I know a few of you have not had an opportunity to be able to do that, go through that process, and then from this is choose one bold action that you would like to take step with and move forwards with, okay? The second key step is to write your Rise and Thrive roadmap. So based on what I've just gone through with you on the Rise roadmap, and it will be included in the worksheet, just work your way through that, and that will then help you with the next step. And the way you'll be doing it is based on the one bold action that you're going to be taking, okay? And then I would love for you to declare your commitment. So share your intention aloud or with a support network. And in this case, ideally, if you remain within the actual Thrive Beyond Boundaries inner circle for this month, if you commit to that and you can shout it out loud in there and saying, this is what I'm going to be doing, we can help you to be accountable with that process. And then, of course, the next key step is begin implementation. So take that first small step within 24 hours. And then when you start doing that small step, it helps you to take the next one and the next one and the next one. A very clever man that both Debbie and I know, he's actually Polish and so much energy. And he spoke about something that's called the left foot, right foot theory. And what the left foot, right foot theory is that quite often individuals, and I spoke about this last night, keep on putting left foot forward and studying and studying and studying and studying, but don't take a right foot. So if you just keep doing a left foot, all you're doing is going round and round and round in circles because you're not implementing. Or the other side of it is that you're not actually learning and developing. You just keep on taking a right foot forwards and a right foot forwards, and you're going round and round in circles because you're not growing. So are you going to be that person that's going to take the left foot, right foot theory and keep on moving forwards and taking action, whether it's small steps or great steps? And that's what I'd love to see happen. And what are the key takeaways that we've got from the journey that's taken place this week? So, one of the most important things is about self-trust, because bold action, it isn't reckless. It's about conscious acts of believing in yourself. And the second key one, when you're modeling possibilities, is that every time you rise with intention, you show others what is possible. For those that have children, when they see you taking bold action and moving forwards and, elevating your career or doing something that's outside of your comfort zone, they see you as that leader that they want to follow. And so proud of you when you're actually doing that as well. And it helps them to behave in that manner as well. And the same happens with your team. Take that action. So who are you going to help to rise up with you? Then the next key step about aligned leadership is that this now is the beginning of a career shaped by purpose and not exhaustion. So no longer are you going to be going in the direction of being stressed out and not energized and not drinking from your cup. Now you're going to be doing it with focus and intention and being conscious and aware of what you're doing so you can make those decisions. And then finally, it's about continuous growth. The reset and rise journey becomes your ongoing leadership practice. And this is where we finish. So if you'd like to have a conversation with you, just to find out where you're at, what you would like to do, and what journey you want to take, whether it's with me, within this community, or with somebody else, let's just jump on a call and I'd be delighted to have a conversation. So if you want to have a conversation with me, here's a QR code and you can scan it there. All right. So
Keely, is that the QR code through to book a call with you, or is that the QR
yes,
code through to
yes.
more information about the programs?
It's to book a
You
call
got
with
one on it?
me to have it's about the
Yeah, about
conversation.
that.
It's the
Yeah.
same one.
Okay.
It's the same two working hand in hand. The other QR code that I showed was for the inner circle to join the community.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for asking. So, has anybody got any specific observations or thoughts from what I've shared with you this evening? Go ahead, Karen.
It's always me talking. No, I think the main thing that I'm taking away today with is following through. Because you start all these wonderful projects and you get all these brilliant ideas, and you might come across something that kind of slows you down a bit, and you park it and you start something else.
Yeah.
And it is following through. And I think since I've started doing another project and following through now, from that, I've got more work.
Yeah.
And before it was, you know, you kind of stop halfway because you come up against something you've not sort of encountered before, and you think, maybe not. Let me do something I feel more comfortable with, and you end up going round and round in circles. But just that, not that's the only time, but this time of me definitely hitting a bit of a brick wall and saying, no, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Either break it down or climb over it. And now from that, I've moved on with my business and created, you know, another source to go towards. So I think it's the following through. Is you've got fantastic ideas. It's just finishing it and getting to the end, or getting to that point where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Because you all of a sudden it's like darkness. You think, oh no, this isn't going to work, and you think, oh, let me try that. I prefer that. And it's just an escapism. It's just running away from the inevitable. But I stuck with it, and now from there I've moved on to the next, you know, an avenue that I would never have gone down if I hadn't have got to that point.
Yeah.
So the follow through is really important. It doesn't matter how brilliant an idea it is.
I know
Can I add to that?
Go on, then, Gabby. Go on. Go on.
You want me to say? Yeah. Okay. I was going to say it's pretty much the same as what Karen's saying. What I was going to add is that, you know, it's about taking the action, and first it's about working with people that help you become aware of where your issues are, and then you know what action you can take, and then it's taking that action. It's actually taking that recommended action. But, you know, I don't think you can ever do that. You can't do that alone, you know. So that's the power of being part of a community where people you know, sort of understand each other, and you know, get the help that they need from others. Otherwise you're not really clear on an action plan, are you? You know, especially when you try and do it yourself. That's really what I was going to add.
Well, I mean, actually, a prime example is the exercise that we did on Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday. Time flies, and it's exactly that. You know, it's like, yes, you've got your vision and what it is that you want to achieve, but quite often you need other heads around the table to be able to challenge and question, give you some focus, and help you to move in the right direction. Because quite easily, I mean, I know I did it last year. I did a lot of scattergunning last year, but like you, Karen, I've gone back into absolute clarity on focus and what it is that I should be doing, rather than doing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. And I was exhausting myself, and I went, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be teaching other people not to do this. But it's easy to fall in that trap. So it does help out, and that community is so important, which is why what I'm doing with you, Debbie, in Planet of Events is so vital. So I'm going to invite the lovely Claire down, just to ask, you know, share your experiences of how it's actually helped you to sort of move forwards. That's okay. And thank you, Karen.
Yeah. So I did have the first call with Keely. She was recommended to me by my boss, and I have had coaches before, and it's been kind of on a more, you know, I turn up and I say what my issue is and we talk through it and stuff. The difference with this program is that it's kind of structured, and you start at the beginning, and it's an actual process that you can really tie into things, like, you know, all of the activities that you've been doing this week, they kind of follow on from each other, and there's a purpose for doing each one of them to really get to the kind of, you know, root of why this is not working in the way that you want it to. But for me, where I'm at the moment is, you know, trying to get to the next stage in my career, and just really trying to work out why things haven't worked in a particular way for me, and just really think about the way I turn up to things. And working with Keely, it's just really made me realise there's very simple things, very quick wins that you can actually make. And I've benefited so much, even in 2 months, just changing the way I phrase a question, or changing the way that I smile, like you just said before. I turn up to a meeting or do a presentation, open it with a smile. My job is quite a dry area where it's very difficult to get any humor in, because it's quite a serious role. But there's lots of different things that you can do to make yourself feel better, give yourself a bit of time back, and not overthink things, not spend so much time on things that are not serving you at all. And until you start looking at them in earnest and being really open and honest with yourself, you're just going to repeat the same thing again and be in this stress loop that you can't get out of. So it's working wonders for me, and it's had, I think I said in the WhatsApp group the other night, the impact it's had on me personally, and my family, and my work colleagues, and my bosses, and just people that work around me. They've really noticed a difference without me changing anything massive. It's just literally the way I'm dealing with things, and I just feel so much calmer and in control of my own thoughts, and owning my own thoughts rather second guessing myself. So it's brilliant, and I can't wait to just keep going. It's really, I can't recommend it enough. It's different to any other coaching I've ever had, and it's really working for me. So thank you, Keely.
Thank you, and thank you for such a great. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you. That's lovely. But it's nice to know that it's having it. I think one of the best things that you said to me, I think it was probably about a month ago, is you said, I feel like I've had one eye open, and you said, and both of the eyes are open now, and the windows are open, and I'm skipping down the street. And I thought that was a really. And at the end of the session, I was like, well, I'm happy now. I'm skipping down the street. So.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that makes me happy. So I know Debbie's disappeared now. Christiana, before we disappear, have you got any questions? Anything you want to share?
Can you hear me? I think for me, it just solidified something else I heard this morning. No, not this morning, yesterday or 2 days ago, about the habits or behaviors of prominent people. I think particularly, I think it was Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. I'm not taking all of their behaviors into context, because the person first called them negative names. But he said one particular trait about them was that they knew how to connect the signals and cut out the noise. And I think some of the things you said in terms of being able to not just be accountable for the work that you do, to be able to connect with yourself and bring the best out of yourself or the work that you do, but that thing about continually tapping into the signals and being able to remove the noise around you so that your best form or your best self comes through. And that's what I'm hoping to achieve, because like Karen said, there's a lot of start-stop projects up and down the place. And so even today, whilst I was working from home, I kept saying, so what's my next signal? What's my current signal? What's my so that was helpful. And I think in terms of the courses, it's something I probably will discuss with you at a later time or date. My honest truth is a bit expensive for me just now that we're in the middle of the year, but nothing is impossible. So see how things go.
There's
Thank
always
you.
the inner circle, so you're welcome to join that, even if it's a trial for a month. It'd be absolutely welcome. But I'm loving the observations. By the way, I've got to say I love your hair the way it is. Sorry, whilst you're talking, I'm focusing. All I can see is that it's like funky and
This
the
is how
colours.
I tied my hair entering the bathroom. So these are the ones that fell
Yeah.
down. The rest stayed up. This is what happens to us.
Yeah.
It's now a
But
style.
thank you ever so much, and I'm glad that is the most important thing. I mean, in fact, Claire and I was only talking today about that. Is that quite often we're so focused on all of the external information that's coming in, and we're not looking internally about and listening to what's actually going on within, and we're creating these stories that don't exist. I hope you don't. If you're okay with me sharing sharing this, is that this one where you're playing a story of what somebody else is actually doing, or they're probably thinking this and they're probably thinking that, and they're doing this and everything like that. And when they've come back home, they've forgotten all about what you've actually discussed. And I think that's the thing, is that we create these car crashes of situations that are never going to happen. They're not the reality. And the fact is it's be here, be present, live with intention, live with purpose, and be consciously aware of what's going on. So I've been absolutely loving this week. I've enjoyed the experience. It's great listening to different people's perspectives and their experiencing, and you're all wonderful, incredible women, and you're all limitless. So one way or another, yes, indeed. You're going to move forwards in whichever direction that you want to take. So, and anything is possible. I really love your dress. Sorry. It's very colourful. So anyway, ladies, if you've got nothing else, I will be sharing with you the YouTube video again this evening, and also the training material. And if you've got any questions in the group, and as I say, you've got a 30-day trial on it, just give it a scan. You can join it, you can pop in, and if you don't want to stay within the community, you can leave at the end of the 30 days. That's entirely down to you, but the option is open for you. But the other side of it, if you just want to have a conversation, just see where you're at, I'm also here as well, so I shall share that with you too. But you have an amazing weekend. Thank you for being present, thank you for being here, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Charlie. It's been well worth, even though I missed 3, but I've watched them all. It's been brilliant. So thank you.
Excellent.
Have a lovely time. Don't get sunburned. Remember that factor, ladies. Christiana, it doesn't matter that we're black. We still have to put it on, yeah?
I don't know how many times I've had that conversation, Karen. I'm always saying about the sun cream.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because that sun's going to do it. So enjoy, ladies, and keep safe.
Thank
Yeah,
you
you
so
too.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Debbie. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.